What if I told you imaginary friends are real? And when their kids grow up, they're forgotten.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
You've already had like a long career in your very young life, but this is your first time leading like a big Hollywood movie. And I'm curious, what was that actually like for you, going from being on a TV show like Walking Dead to now being number 1 or number 2 on the call sheet?
I feel like my head is exploding. I don't know. I can't even believe that it's real. I just remember being so excited, and I was so nervous because I had never done a leading role before, and I was in almost every scene. And it was just very nerve-wracking. It was a new experience. I didn't know what to expect. But we had the best crew and the best producers and the best cast, and I think it was the best first lead role movie I could have ever asked for. Just the best experience all around. So, the first day on set, all my nerves immediately left.
Well, one of the things I read is that you guys tried to shoot the movie in like as much order as you could.
Mm-hmm.
So talk a little bit about what that brought to you as an actor, being able to emotionally sort of see where you were the whole time.
Well, I loved trying to shoot it in as much order as possible. That never happened ever. But it was really helpful. As B kept going throughout the story and like growing, I felt like I was growing with her and learning more and more every day. But it was really special. One of the things John did is he waited until the end of production for all of our stuff because he wanted us to grow a connection and a bond over time. So I think that just made our scenes more real.
You have to deliver a pretty powerful, there's a crying scene with you in a hospital room. What was it like for you preparing to film that? And how much were you like in your head the night before, like, oh my God, I have to deliver tomorrow?
I was so nervous. That's what I was most nervous for because I knew it's a very big part of the movie. It was a really special part, and I just really wanted to make sure it hit how I wanted it to. I remember as soon as we started shooting and I read the script, I kept telling him I was so nervous for that day. And we called it like the story day. I was like, the day I have to tell the story, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. But we waited until the end, like I said. And, it took me a long time to memorize those lines because I could not read it without crying. Because it was just so special. But that day, John made it as easy as possible. The mood was very calm. Usually it's very like happy, oh my gosh, but it was very calm so that we could, get it done and over with. I think we only did like 5 takes. We got all the angles we needed. But it was very real. I don't think it wasn't very much acting for me. Seeing somebody that you've been working with for so long and that you love and adore in a hospital bed is not very fun, but we got the take.
You did, actually.
Yeah.
So one of the things is John has talked about he wanted this to feel like a live-action Pixar movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just curious, did you watch anything prior to filming to sort of mentally put you in that place of this is what he's looking for?
No, I didn't. That's a good question. I never thought about that. I just, I guess it was because I had never heard of something like If, since it was like an original idea. But I just remember I read the script, and then I read it again, and then I read it again, and John explained everything to me. He broke everything up in detail, and the day of, he would always explain what we were doing, and if we had any questions, he would answer those. So it was yeah, I was prepared.
Which of your friends and family were the most excited that you were going to be sharing so much screen time with Ryan Reynolds?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think my whole family was very excited for me, not just because of that reason, but just because I was so excited. I was so excited to work with Ryan. Everyone loves him, including me, and he's such a talented actor, so I was excited to learn from him. So I guess me.
Right. Okay. When you think back on the shooting schedule, I know you were nervous to film the crying scene, but what was the day you had circled in terms of, I cannot wait to film this, I am so excited?
The dance. The dancing scene was my favorite to film, I think. I was also so nervous for that, though. I remember, obviously, all of the ifs were on stage with me. We had a bunch of dancers there, and they were in these, like, gray long sleeves and gray pants, and they had, like, dots around their wrists and things like that. So the first few times we did it, it was everyone on stage, and then we had to get, like, a clean shot. So we had to do that a lot. So I remember the first time I had to do it, it was me, and I think there's like 2 knights in the background that were actually there. I don't know if they made it in the movie, but they were there on the day, and it was like 3 of us. And I was so nervous because there's so many people on a film set. I was like, what if I forget it? What if I mess it up? I'm so nervous. I'm on this huge stage. There's lights everywhere. But John was like, just do it, because he knew how nervous I was. So I just did it, and then it worked, and it was all fine, and then I had a great time, and it was so much fun.
On that note, I got to stop. I'm just going to say congrats, and I really do hope it's a huge hit.
Thank you.
Have a fantastic day. Thank you.
Thank you, you too.